Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 8th through the 14th. This is going to be for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry, you found it when you were meant to. Keep in mind that the messages are a general reading. Not every single message will resonate, so take the ones that do, leave the ones that don't. You guys can see different surroundings here. I am yet again on the road traveling. Story of my life. But the show must go on. You guys still need your weekly forecasts. So we're going to get them out to you wherever I'm at regardless. What is going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? One more shuffle here. I like to make sure that the cards, one more. Alright, that feels right. I like to make sure the cards are very nice and very thoroughly shuffled. So I keep shuffling until it feels right. Next card here, or first card I should say, for Gemini, is the Fool. Hello. This is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're coming into a significant crossroads, a significant new chapter. These are like significant turning points in our life. So, that being said, a Major Arcana card, even though I'm reading with the intention of a 1 week period of time, Major Arcana energy is going to be around for a while. We're not talking about a couple of days or a week. This is a phase. This is a chapter. This is a period of time. And the things that you're experiencing, the things that you're going through when Major Arcana cards come up are directly connected to things you came here to learn, things you came here to conquer, things you came here to master. Now, the Fool card is very much taking a leap of faith or going in a direction in which you're feeling called that might not make sense to a lot of people, right? Hence, it's called the Fool. It may appear as though you're being foolish or you're being silly to certain people around you because they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing or why you're feeling led to make the changes that you're making. Now, the Fool card comes up to give you confirmation that you are being directed, you are being led, you are being called. You're not imagining that. This drive in you is happening for a reason. However, the Fool card is also asking you to look before you leap, right? Even with this card here, he's got a little satchel with him, so he's got something with him. Snacks for the road, tools for the road. He's not going completely and totally empty-handed. An umbrella might not make the best parachute, but he's trying. He's giving an effort. But the Fool card is saying, think, what do you need for the journey? Okay, what do you need for the journey? And look before you leap. Try to plan your landing, right? It's true that nothing in our life changes until we change what we're doing. It's true that if we want to have good things happen in our life, we have to take certain gambles or certain risks, but we still want to take those gambles and those risks in an educated way, right? In a prepared way, in a logical way. What are some safety nets that you can put out? What are some plan Bs or plan Cs that you can have ready, right? Because even though you're being led or guided in this direction, we can't always predict timing, right? Maybe you're making a big leap and you're leaving a job, or you're going into self-employment, or you're making a move, or you're leaving a relationship, right? Maybe the next thing isn't going to come in as quickly as we would hope. So what are some ways that you can be prepared and you can be ready until the result comes in, until the harvest is here? What are some ways that you can prepare yourself for the journey? So take the leap, take the plunge, but look before you leap and have an idea of where you're going to land, how you're going to land. You know, don't completely and totally abandon logic or reason. The next card coming up here for you, Gemini, is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a card having to do with the quest, right? The spiritual journey. A lot of the times when the Eight of Cups comes up, we feel unfulfilled and we're trying to figure out what is the missing piece, right? There's this quest for fulfillment. There's this quest for, something's missing in my life. I got to figure out what it is. Now, some of you have heard me say this in other videos. The Eight of Cups for me tends to come up when we're dealing with a situation or when I see people who are overachievers. For me, a lot of the times, Eight of Cups comes up for the kind of people that they'll get an idea in their head, they'll set some goal for themselves, and they don't rest until they achieve it. They work really hard, they achieve the goal, they're happy for a little bit, but then it's like, it didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel, so maybe I focused on the wrong thing, right? Maybe instead of focusing on getting that promotion, I should have focused on going back to school. You know what? I bet you anything when I get my master's or I get my doctorate degree, then I'm going to feel fulfilled. And when they set that goal, then they accomplish that. They're happy for a little bit. I'm glad I did it, but something's still missing. You know what? Maybe I needed to focus on my personal life. I'm going to feel fulfilled when I find my soulmate, right? You find the person, you settle down, and you're happy for a little bit. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm glad I have this person in my life, but I don't feel the way I thought I was gonna feel. Maybe I'm with the wrong soulmate, or maybe I needed to have kids, right? And happiness always becomes the next thing. Happiness always becomes the next goal. It's like I'm gonna feel fulfilled when I accomplish this or I accomplish that. The unfortunate thing is that no matter how many things you accomplish, you still feel unfulfilled. There's still this missing cup and you can't figure out what the missing cup is. Well, here's the secret. The missing cup is the spiritual connection. There's this God-shaped void that we're trying to fill up with all these other things. Even though they're good things, even though it might not be substance abuse, but we're still trying to fill it up with everything except for spirituality, everything except for God. So therefore, it's never going to plug up. It's never going to be filled. Some of you might say, Amethyst, that doesn't make sense because you know what? I have a spiritual practice. I do my meditation, I do my yoga, I go to church, I pray, I read my Bible, I read my affirmations, I read my holy chants, I listen to my, spiritual music. So you might be like, that doesn't make sense because I already have a spiritual routine. Well, that's the issue, routine, right? Our spiritual relationship is like any other relationship. We need to keep it fresh. If I tell you 10 times a day for 30 days that you're amazing, you're wonderful, and I love you, you're my favorite person, it's going to feel great the first, 10, 15, 20 times you hear it. But after a while, it loses its power. It loses its meaning. It's like I'm just saying the sky is blue because you're used to hearing it so many times. So it might be a good time for you to change up whatever your spiritual routine is, or to find a way in which you feel connected to nature, to God, to universe. Because the Fool card with the Eight of Cups tells me you're setting out to make big changes in your life. You're going to succeed. But if you don't take the time now to make the spiritual connection, you're going to end up feeling unfulfilled. And that's going to be very discouraging for some of you because you've been in this pattern for a long time. You're like, this is it. This is the thing that's going to make me feel fulfilled. And you're taking these big risks. You're taking these big leaps to make it happen. You're working very hard to succeed at it. And so Spirit is saying, look, you're going to be successful, but we hate to see you working so hard, and busting your little behind to be unfulfilled. So we want you to enjoy it. Spirit, your angels, your guides, God, universe, wants to see you enjoy the fruit of your labor, wants to see you enjoy that harvest, right? So what you need to do is work on that spiritual connection, have that sense of fulfillment, have that sense of connection so that when you finally reach that finish line, you're really able to enjoy it. You're really able to feel satisfied, content, full, proud of yourself, right? Fulfilled. The next card that's coming up here for Gemini is the Moon. This also came out, if I'm not mistaken, in the same exact spot even for Capricorn. So some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn, not necessarily, but you might be, because they also had the card and they had it in the same spot. Now, astrologically speaking, the moon is going to be associated with Cancer and with Pisces. So if you have a Cancer or Pisces placement, there can be big shifts and changes happening for you in those houses or that area of your life. You might be dealing with a Cancer or Pisces. But again, major arcana energy here. Major arcana cards are going to come up, as I said. We're coming into a new chapter. We're coming into a big shift, a big change. When I have major arcana cards come in back to back in a reading, it tells me there's going to be big changes in a short period of time. When there's the division between them, it tells me that it's going to be big changes, a moment of calm, big changes, a moment of calm. So there might be rests in between, but the changes might feel like they're coming out of nowhere, right? It's like, ooh, the whirlwind, okay, a little bit of calm, ooh, the whirlwind, a little bit of calm. But the thing here is that it's elevating us. It's bringing us to better situations, better circumstances. The moon card is going to be about strengthening our intuition, being connected with spirit, being connected with our own psychic gifts and abilities, and overcoming our fears, okay? Anytime we're embarking on a new journey, right, negative ego is going to come in really loud, because negative ego hates change. And negative ego is going to use whatever it can use to stop us from moving forward, to stop the change from happening. And some of you Geminis have done an excellent job at being in control of your thinking and working on like your worthiness, right? So if you previously had limited beliefs where you felt like you weren't worthy, or you weren't deserving, or you weren't good enough, you cleared all of that out of your mind. You know that you love yourself, you know that you're worthy, you know that you deserve it as much as the next person. But what your negative ego might be using against you to stop the change is to try to keep you in fear. You know, fear of messing up, fear of making the wrong decision, fear of looking foolish, fear of failure, fear of disapproval, okay? You know, whatever it can do to keep you in the energy of fear so that you're too scared to move forward. Now, we can always ask our angels and guides for help, right? We can ask Archangel Michael to remove fear from our heart, to fill our heart with love and light, to fill our heart with courage. We can ask for God to help us see solutions, to help us see the truth, to help guide us in our decisions, and to give us courage to take the guidance that we're receiving and to move forward. And so this is going to be very powerful energy, a time to overcome fears and to be able to listen to our intuition and to listen to our spiritual connection and our spiritual guidance. Again, major arcana, so big shifts, big changes, new chapter in our life. The next card coming up here for you Geminis is the Five of Pentacles. The fact that the Five of Pentacles is coming up here does give me a sense or a feeling that you guys are either coming into making a really big career change or transitioning into some kind of self-employment, okay? Because Eight of Cups can be that we don't feel fulfilled, we want something more meaningful, and then Five of Pentacles oftentimes is associated with like taking certain like financial risks or some kind of self-employment, especially during a time that the market might not be very stable or very predictable, right? And we know right now economically we're in very unprecedented times. We're going through so many shifts and so many changes that have not happened before, and it's affecting the way that business is done. Many people are leaving jobs, are leaving situations. Some people don't want to leave their job, but feel like they have to leave their job because of certain rules that are being implemented or certain requirements that are being forced upon them. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, right? I'm not here to tell you if you should or shouldn't take those jabs, or you should or shouldn't take those pokes. I'm going to tell you this, though. We each have an inner compass. We each have an inner intuition. And your intuition, your gut tells you when something is beneficial for you and when something is good for you to do. And we need to listen to that intuition. We need to listen to that guidance. And so some of you are beginning to make plans because you're like, well, I don't want to be in this field anymore. I don't feel fulfilled in this field anymore. Or this job or this employer is making me do something I don't feel safe doing, right? Whatever it might be, you're coming into this energy of making the shift or taking the shift, right, into this new territory. Now, the Five of Pentacles tells us that you're going to be looking at times where you are going to have to be cautious with your money, right? You are going to have to, budget here. You are going to have to, make some financial cutbacks and some changes. But the Five of Pentacles also gives us a sense or a feeling that we're going to overcome the hard times. We're going to overcome the challenges. And we're going to have true blue people in our corner. We're going to have loyal people or loyal partners that we're getting through the difficult times with them. Right? I sometimes refer to Five of Pentacles as the Wizard of Oz card. Right? Like they're lost, they're trying to find their way, but they find each other and they help each other. And they can bring their strengths together to find solutions, to get through challenges, to get through hard times. So there's a sense of soul family with the Five of Pentacles sometimes. So a lot of you are going in a new direction or you're making a decision to make a change because you're wanting to do what's fulfilling to you. You're wanting to find purpose. You're wanting to find meaning. Or your intuition is telling you it's time to leave a place or a situation that no longer feels safe. Five of Pentacles says this won't be a super easy transition, but it's a possible transition. It's one that might take some time. And even though it might be challenging, it's going to have blessings. You will find support. You will find soul tribe. You will find people who have your back. You will have a sense of coming together, right? As we say, one day we look back on this and we laugh. That kind of energy. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign videos might resonate more for you than your sun sign. Some of you are looking for more of a love and romance reading. If you're new to the channel, I should have told you sooner, sorry. On the weekly forecasts, I focus on everything other than love because there's so many love readings out there. I have nothing against love readings. I'm not saying readers shouldn't do love readings. I just try to focus on you and your energy in the weekly forecasts. And then once a month, I'll do a love reading. So the love readings for November are linked in the description of this video. If you want to get a love forecast for November, you can go ahead and click on the love readings that are linked in the description and watch the love videos. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule a private reading with me by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite. And you can schedule a private reading with me there. Somebody is still going around messaging people pretending to be me, saying that they have an urgent message, or some of you guys know sometimes my readings get backed up and so there's a wait on the calendar. Somebody's been saying, oh, hey, if you send me money, I'll move you to the front of the line. I have an important message for you. I would never do that. Right? That's not fair to somebody who's waiting for their reading. Somebody's waiting for their reading. It's not fair for somebody to come and say, oh, I'll pay you more and cut to the front of the line. I don't do that. That's not the way that I work. And I'm never going to message somebody and be like, oh, send me money, give me money, get a reading from me. People are going to get a reading when they feel ready to get a reading. I'm never going to push that on anybody or influence anybody, right? If somebody wants a reading, they're going to come to me, they're going to schedule. I'm not going to be in your inbox. I'm not going to be chasing after you, telling you that you have to let me read for you. I would never do that. Anyway, I just want to put that out there because I don't want anyone to get scammed. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Take care, Gemini. Be well.